Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we catch up on current events and headlines. In the news today, churches denounce mandatory vaccination, life in an informal settlement, and world skills competition in Swakop. My name is Aurelia Samuyenga, and this is NMH at 1. As per usual, we bring you a number of video news clips from across the country. We start off with the Association of Christian Churches in Namibia, who on Friday held a press conference to denounce the mandatory vaccinations of individuals employed by corporates in Namibia. Dolly Ngushe, who is the executive chairperson of the association, said the Labour Ministry ought to intervene. Enzo Amwele was there.
To this date, the Line Ministry is quiet on the plight of the employees, irrespective of the ongoing unfair treatments and harsh measurements or measures that are being put at the respective workplaces by the employers, violating the constitutional rights of the employees without legal grounds. With the government, in particular with the Line Ministry of Labour, to intervene and provide guidance, because the nation is expecting to hear the position of the government based on the labour laws in place. The Alliance expresses great disappointment with the way and the manner in which the Ministry of Labour is treating this highly sensitive issue, rather critical, that involves lives with such reluctance. Mandatory vaccination is not lawful in Namibia, and in strongest terms, it must be treated with all sincerity by the Namibian people to protect, to safeguard, and to uphold the integrity of our sovereign rule. Another issue of great concern is the fact that government has indemnified themselves from any liability of injuries that may come as a result of vaccination. How do we address the concerns raised by community members on the adverse side effects of the vaccines? None of the vaccines is 100% effective. Between the vaccinated and unvaccinated is creating a tug of war amongst family members, households, and further instigate rivals amongst employees. With the economy that is bleeding and on its knees, this segregation between the vaccinated and unvaccinated has the potential to hamper progress and strengthening social cohesion in our country.
The 76-year-old Kena Skeyer has been living in the Ileni informal settlement location in Keetmanshoop for over 20 years. She spoke to Monique Adams.
Kena Skeyer. En ek het hier 4 kinders wat onder my is. En ek word net gehelp van die ou mens by. As het rent, dan kan ik zo lenen. Als die wind waait, dan kan ik zo die dieren toemaken. Want die dieren worden opgewaaid. En ik krijg zwaar. Maar die ede krijg ik ook zo zwaar. Maar ik zeg, dat is ook een water. Ons moet bij die mensen water vragen en betalen. Elke man 100 rand. Elke man moet je 100 rand betalen. En daar is skulde wat ik moet betalen. Want ik moet vlees eten. En ik maak vleesskulden. En dus, dat is skulde wat ik moet betalen. En als ik iets wil hebben bij een mens, dan moet ik vragen. Dan moet ik als die man klaar is, dan moet ik die mens geven. Hier moet ik ook zo voor het sambal wees. 3, 4 van de le. Pata.
Nou, hoe het u met hierdie 4 kinders beland? Van waar af kom hulle?
Dis my kind se kinders. Een is my kind. Maar dis nou 3 groot kinders. Maar hulle almal het nie werkie. Die sin is eintlik sieklik. Die 2 meisje kinders het nie werkie. Hier staan in sy kindjie. En die ene wat nou hier gevra word, gaan jy skool. Die gaan nie skool nie. Sy pa is doodgestomp van die kar. Hy is onder my.
En vir hoe lank is hulle nou hier so?
Hulle het net hier groot geword by my, almal.
So, wat se hulp wil u hê die mense moet vir u kan gee?
Met die huis regmaak. Laat die huis kan ordentlik maak. Water. Toilet, dus ook die. Ek moet maar die trommetjies gebruik vir die toilet, want ek kan mos nie loop nie.
Closing off the video segments for today is the World Skills Competition, which is set to take place in Swakop in March this year, and Namibia is looking forward to welcoming the world to Namibia. This clip was contributed by the Namibia Training Authority.
For only the second time in the history of our great continent, Africa stages a continental technical and vocational skills competition. Various African nations are set and ready to compete in World Skills Africa Swakop 2022. Namibia looks forward to welcoming the young and skilled competitors from all over the continent who will demonstrate their talent in 16 different trade categories, aspiring to the prestigious title of African Champion. World Skills Africa Swakop 2022. Unite with us as we build skills for Africa.
Let's have a look at the stories making headlines in today's national papers. We start off with Namibian Sun, which reports that the Namibia Students Financial Assistance Fund, or NASFAF, says this trust relationship between itself and its CEO, Hilya Niwete, has irretrievably been broken down. The Republican reports that thanks to widespread rains over Namibia in recent days, many rivers are flowing strongly towards the sea. Moving on to Allgemeine Zeitung, which reports that the controversial American entrepreneur Craig Steinker now heads Recon Africa's supervisory board. Success in seismic surveying has been announced again before the decisive analysis of the project is presented. Recon Africa is convinced that between 3 and 6 more boreholes will be allowed. The Namibian reports that the Education Ministry's textbook and stationery budget has been on the decline since the 2018 financial year. In the new era, it is reported that workers at Transnamib are up in arms over pension money deducted from them monthly, which the company, failed to pay over to the pension administrator since May 2021. And on the inside of our country's dailies, you'll be able to read up on the following stories. According to Market Watch, that during the month of November 2021, exports amounting to 5 billion Namibian dollars, representing 56.6% of the total exports, left the country by sea, according to the Namibia Statistics Agency Trade Statistics. On page 3 of the Namibian Sun, it is reported that the Hardap Regional Council, chaired by Gerson Dalsab, who reportedly closed the Rehoboth Teacher Resource Center in November 2021, has fired Regional Education Director Gerard Denefongo amid a severe teacher shortage in the region. Republican reports that after the magistrates' court in Kasane, Botswana acquitted members of the Botswana army who shot dead the Namibian brothers Tommy, Martin, and Wayumuno Chindo and their cousin Sinvula Muyeme, who was a Zambian citizen. Defense Minister Frans Kapofi said he was not surprised. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that after renewed good rains that were reported in many parts of Namibia over the weekend, many dry rivers gave way to floods of water. The Namibian reports that the Alliance of Christian Churches in Namibia says none of the COVID-19 vaccines are fully effective and no company should force their employees to get vaccinated. In the new era, it is reported that investigations are underway to establish whether the suspected avian influenza strain that killed over 200 wild birds at the coast can infect humans. It is reported in Sport Wrap that the newly appointed head coach, Chrysander Botha, accepted the challenge of putting together the strongest possible Namibian under-20 rugby team after trials held in Windhoek on Saturday. And that is that for your Monday edition of NMH at 1. From myself, Aurelia Samuyenga, I will see you tomorrow at the same time, forever at the same place. Until then, here's your weather update.